grew up in Chalmette. I was born and raised here, and I lived in Mid-City when Katrina hit. And so the house I grew up in is gone, and the house I lived in is gone. My 74-year-old dad lives in a trailer in front of his bombed out house, and my parents are now getting divorced after 34 years because they can't figure it out. They don't know what they're going to do, whether they're going to rebuild or not. So I think we kind of need help down here. It'd be really appreciated if somebody started doing something.
I would definitely like to send a plea because I think we could have used a lot more help than we got around here. I wasn't around. I happened to be out of the country, and it was even more depressing to be an American far, far away from home, listening to other people from other places ask you how in the world your country that's supposed to be this great country that's, you know, running the show can let such bad things happen to its people. It was extremely depressing to have to deal with that. And this is one of the last real bastions of the way things used to be, and it would really be nice to keep it that way. We could use a lot of help because our economic base down here isn't as strong or as good as it is in a lot of other places, and I think this is a really good opportunity to show how we can use a lot of best practices and a lot of interesting and kind of creative ways to change things and to think outside the box a little. So, you know, if anybody up there is capable of that, that would be great. We would welcome it, and we could use it a lot.
Hi, I'm Claudia Baumgarten. I'm from New Orleans. I have a small business here. My home was ruined. I'm operating my business because I want to do my part to keep the city going. I live in the French Quarter, and I'm looking forward to being back home in Mid-City. Every time I go there, it's so sad and so devastating, but I'm happy. I have a home to fix, unlike many people around me. And it's really important that you try to imagine yourself in that situation, and you probably can't, whoever's listening to this, because you can't believe it could happen to you, but it has, and people are working 10, 15 hours a day at their job, fixing their homes, and we're all doing it all on our own, it seems like. And I know that a lot of money's been sent, but we don't see it. So we need more help.
Hi, I'm from outside Baltimore, so I know how far away it is up there, but I've lived here 15 years and it's my home. And all I want to say is don't throw away the jewel of the nation.
I'm a New Orleans native. I feel that you've already forgotten about New Orleans. And if you forget about New Orleans, you forget about the country, you forget about the economy that New Orleans brings to the rest of the country, the importance, the history here. Don't forget about New Orleans.
My name is Samira Evans. I am a jazz vocalist in New Orleans as well as a programmer of WWOZ Radio. And I have a lot of concerns about this city. I feel that, you know, the government is not backing up the city as they have promised to do. It seems as if New Orleans is getting themselves on their feet. And yeah, we are a resilient people and we celebrate life. However, if you go around the large part of the city that was devastated, you see that there's so many people that are at home that are not going to be able to come home for a long time. What really, really concerns me is that there's senior citizens that have trailers on their property and they can't even get in them. They've been just sitting there for 2 or 3 months and they can't even live in them. And then we only have 18 months for those people to be able to live in those trailers. That doesn't make any sense to me that we live in a country as rich as we are, and we're able to put so much money in other places outside of our country to help other people, and we can't even help our own. So I just really, really want to encourage people out there that whatever you can do to help, especially the government, to, you know, get up off your butts and get here and really see the devastation that's going on in the city and really help the city that has given so much to the rest of the world to get back on its feet. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chris Lenoir, and well, I lived in Gentilly and lost my home and everything I owned, but I don't plan on leaving this city. It's a great place to live. I'm a professional here. Not a lot of people like me here, but if you'll give us the opportunity to rebuild, there could be more. But we need levee protection, and we need more support for education, and we need more support for the city. So please give us that chance to make this a great city like we know it can be.
My wife and I came down to New Orleans 4 years ago, and we decided that this was our home because we fell in love with the charm, the architecture, the culture, the music, the food. New Orleans is like no other city in the world. It suffered a devastating blow, not by enemy hands, not by terrorists, but by nature. We are not the enemy. We are the native son. If this administration could only give us the same attention to its native son, New Orleans, as it does its adopted son in Iraq, we would be on the first road of recovery. And with its help, we can come back. We're here, we're willing, our hands are ready. We need the leadership, we need the help. This city will always be great, whether it comes back to its full grandeur or it starts as a small footprint. It will survive. With or without this administration's help, this people will not let it die. And I just want to let everybody know that we're here, we're always going to be here, and we need your help. Let everybody be aware of what's going on. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Dwyer. I've lived in New Orleans for about 6.5 years. I moved here from Wisconsin because I absolutely love the city. My neighborhood was not badly flooded. We had about 3 feet. But every day I go through areas that still have the ugly brown marks on there. There's no lights. There's a tremendous amount of suffering here in the city, and I think it's a sin and a shame that the United States has turned its back on New Orleans. The people that seem to be really doing the most good are places like Habitat for Humanity and some of the grassroots organizations that are down here, and they're really accomplishing something. And I realize it's a tremendous job. I get overwhelmed just, looking at the amount of devastation and the amount of cleanup. But I think that we need to do something to get some help for the people that weren't as lucky as I was.
Okay. Hi, I just wanted to say that I was very fortunate with the hurricane. I didn't lose my arm, but every day I leave my house and I run into somebody that I haven't seen since the storm. And when a person tells you they lost everything, they mean they lost everything. All they're walking around with are the clothes on their back. And it's 6 months after the storm. We're not getting any help. And I have a lot of friends and family in New York. And when I call them and speak to them, they're like, oh, well, we saw pictures of Bourbon Street. Everything looks fine down there. And it's not. And the rest of the country needs to realize, pictures do not do this justice. They need to come down here and see. And I don't know what they're thinking in Washington, but to spend billions of dollars on a war and they can't even take care of their own people, I think it's just disgraceful. I hope that we get some help soon.
Just please to build the levees for the Hurricane Category 5 because I'm not even from here. I came here before the storm and I'm back, and it's very sad to see how all these people are rebuilding their houses, people who lost everything, friends that lost their houses, and it's gonna be worthless, if they don't fix those levees. So if you could please stop sending some money to war in Iraq, please. That's so ridiculous. Just please do something about it. I'm not even from here, I'm from Mexico, but I live here and I wanna support New Orleans the best I can.
I'm Steve O'Keefe, and I just wanted to say toward the federal government that this disaster was a result of the failure of the levees, not this hurricane. The levees are the responsibility of the Army Corps of Engineers, the federal government. So if you please fix the levees, we'll fix everything inside of the levees ourselves. So I just think that's the federal government's responsibility, and we don't need trailers and we don't need buyouts, but we do need to have those levees repaired. And then we'll take care of inside the bowl.
Well, I just want to let other people know that really that we all are working really hard to build this city. I got back October 1st. I opened my business October 13th. I'm repairing my house, replacing everything, even knowing that all this next summer it could go away. We are doing a lot. I get upset when people say it's like nothing's happening here. And I feel like no, there's just so much devastation, but so much is happening here. So I just please, please, please ask for more help, you know, and that we're worth it.
Hi, my name is Thomas Fred Johnson Jr. I'm originally from San Diego, California. I moved here about 2 years ago. And the reason I moved here after living in many different places of the world, many different cities, is because I fell in love with this city. I love the city so much. I bought 2 houses here that I'm restoring with my own 2 hands. And fortunately, they were saved from flooding. A lot of people didn't have that. And I don't know how to really express to you how much we love this city. We love being Americans, but we all want you to know we need your help. New Orleans is not okay. We're having Mardi Gras because that's the spirit of our people, and we want to celebrate our survival and so forth. But things are not okay. We need the levees. We need the coastal restoration.
Hi, Washington. My name is Margaret Collier. I've been recently engaged post-Katrina. And since the storm, I have fallen to pieces. I have nothing left. I have nothing to stand on. I feel like my world has been equally eroded by the levees as the earth has. And I don't know what to do with myself because my city isn't back, and I have nightmares every night. I live a block from the levees on the other side in the 9th Ward where it broke, and I have dreams every night about the water eroding and all of my possessions I have left being washed away by the water and the sea. And my message to you would be that you've ignored us long enough. You've ignored the problems that have existed here for a very long time, for long enough. And if there's anything you could do to help us out so that we can exist fear-free and live our lives without the ever-present fear of land eroding from underneath our feet, I'd appreciate it. Thanks.